Hi Virgos, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. I am just going to say right now that there might be something going on between your reading and Leo's reading, which is funny because a lot of times I pick up like stuff that I saw in Gemini, but I don't know. I don't even remember what that reading was now, to be honest. But there's something going on here where in Leo's reading, they were frustrated by Mrs. Smith. And in your reading, you're frustrated by Mr. Smith. And the reasons are very different too. Because Mr. Smith is all stillness, purity, and quiet. And Mrs. Smith seemed to be a little bit of a fireball there. Launching, actualizing, doing stuff. So I kind of feel like that there's two people here who are very different, and one masculine and feminine. So I, like, through the eyes of the reader after doing Leo and now starting to see this, I feel like Leo's reading could be the viewpoint of the masculine energy. And then, which is kind of funny, Leo, like lion, masculine sort of form. And then Virgo is, you're the only actually zodiac that is symbolized by the feminine form. So it's kind of like, yeah, let me tell you my side of the story. How I feel like is the masculine and the feminine responding in the readings today. So, okay. So, well, you already know. You're frustrated with Mr. Smith. He's just sitting there doing nothing, being quiet. Just keeping himself all pure. Yeah, because it's stillness, purity, and quiet. Mr. Smith. So it's like, the fuck? He's just going to sit there? I'm here, like, as the other cards came out, because we also have resentment. Over here came out too. I kind of heard you're just going to sit there and you're not going to do anything. It kind of gives me this scene in my head, like, I don't know, Indiana Jones comes into my head sometimes. But I think that's about like esoteric information. I think there's symbolism in there. That movie. I have to watch them again. There's something, I can't remember which scene it is. There's he's trying to do something. He's trapped in Indiana Jones is trapped in some type of a cave or something like that with a woman. And I can't remember what the situation is. The water level going up. Is there all these snakes coming, right? And he's terrified of snakes. And he's like getting ready to do something, like to attack or defend themselves from this. And he's asking her for, and then he's like, where the fuck did she go? And then he realizes that she found it and she's out. Oh shit. And so I don't know, like, it's kind of got that, like, well, you know. And then I think later when they come up on the surface, he's like, I was ready to do this, whatever. to go. I had to go. I don't know why you were. I don't need to fight snakes. We just needed to get out of there. It's kind of funny. It's going to be interesting. Your energy is always like, I don't know, you always come off as like this really elegant, graceful, kind of like earth energy. You really do. Like really soft and elegant. It's a very elegant energy, especially with the cross though. The cross can talk about some pretty heavy things. This is your energy, is the cross and changes. Transformation, change, and enchantment. You might be in the process of moving beyond traditional ways of seeing and doing things. And this is all very karmic and divinely guided. Like, we're going to pull tarot out together to explore this more, but that's like kind of how I see you. So the cross is pretty powerful energy. And it's how we use it, how we allow ourselves to even be a vehicle of use through it also. But it really does talk about tradition. It can talk about religion. It talks about our karmic obligations. And you're very transformative with this energy, right? And it's like, well, he's just sitting there. He's just sitting there and not doing anything. I mean, this could be between you. It's funny because you are like a feminine zodiac sign. Okay, so let's also touch on the fact that the feminine is seen as something that is more receptive. But the feminine does things in ways that the masculine often finds confusing or irrational or illogical. But that actually is more in tune with nature, to be quite honest. Because nature is free-flowing, and just, you may not know why are all those wildebeests going in that direction. It doesn't make any sense. There's lots of grass here. But look, and there's water too. Why are they all migrating in and out? Because they just got an instinct, man. The wind just changed direction. Oh, which is also interesting, because that's the situation. Oh my God, I'm talking this through here. The air is the situation. Just like, well, the wind just changed direction, and the wildebeest, they just know instinctively, DNA activation. When the wind changes direction, we know we got about 2 weeks, and all this grass is gone. Or something's going to happen. There's not going to be any more rain here. So they just start going, and it seems irrational. Why are they doing that? It doesn't make any sense. If you follow them, you might find out. But Mr. Smith is not. He's just sitting there calm. He's just sitting there calm, pure, still, like nothing going on. But you're really coming across like, oh, I sense something. There's a change brewing here, my friends. I think that's you. So, but going with the change, because this, okay, here's the other way. I'm going to show you in a second the other way that these cards kind of looked to me. Do you see like this? Just like the wildebeest, like, yeah, no, nothing is stopping us. We know that the river ahead is full of crocodiles. We're still going. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're going. Because it all seems irrational. But that is Earth. That is Earth. That's really how it works. Right? Because what would a man do? I'm telling you right now, guys, what would you do? You'd build a fence, you'd try to catch some wildebeests, and you'd be like, oh, it is. We don't have to wander around and do stuff. Like, we can make it really simple and comfy here. Yeah, but then you know what starts to happen with that, because people aren't wandering around, so people start to get communicable diseases. And then we get diseases between animals and people. There's all sorts of stuff that you're going to, you just wait, find out. You fuck around and find out. Mr. Smith, you're going to see what happens. I always feel like the feminine is always trying to push things back into natural order, where I feel like the masculine is always trying to push things back into man's order. So, all right, because we have fearless, justified resistance. It's like, oh no, I'm justified to do this. Yeah, but it feels like it is. It's fearless. Resistance. God, this really does come across like this reading and Leo's reading. Because Leo's reading was also like, there's a storm. I'm the umbrella. Just come under the umbrella. Nah. Mrs. Smith was like, no, I'm not going under no umbrella. And okay, so look at this wind as it's... I feel like too, okay, so when I first saw this, I thought, whoa, it almost looks like some type of force of nature here is trying to extinguish something within you. No, but as I talked through the wildebeest energy, it totally gave me that. It's like, when the wind starts blowing against my cross in this direction, I'm not going to build up a great big wall and try to protect. I'm just going to move the cross over here. Look at that. I'm just going to move the cross over here, and we're going to go in this area where there's no wind. There's something in this reading about the different ways of rationalizing choices and decisions here. There is a very, very, very strong undertone of how the masculine and the feminine get along or view each other in Leo and Virgo today. Yeah? Okay. So, we already know that Mr. Smith, sitting still and quiet and pure there, is what your frustration is. So, your peace is... It's funny. It's... Oh... Really? Well, I feel like a little bit of a shit to say that, but okay. I feel like Mr. Smith is resentful. And he's surprised to realize that. Don't know why that. Because that would be your peace. It's like this fricker, he's just sitting there, he's not doing anything. And that's frustrating. But hey, you know what is going to give you peace? He's resentful. And you know what's interesting about resentment? Resentment is more of an internalized emotion than anything else, any other emotion. It is like we resent, and it sits inside of us, and it eats us. It eats away at us. That's your peace? That sounds terrible. But I don't know what your situation is. Maybe it will give you peace. You'd be surprised to discover that Mr. Smith is resentful. Well, I guess that's his problem. I just feel like that's so... I don't know. It's hard not to be sassy, to be quite honest with that one. Because your energy is like, I don't know, to be quite honest, it's good. It really is good with the cross. Here, let me read it for you. Let me read to you. Fate, karma, completion, predestination, suffering, punishment, atonement for sins, purification and transition to another level, duty, burden, obligations, hardships, trials, examination, traditions, burden, sacrifice, religion, faith, ending, and miracle. Advice, don't give up. Go through the lesson of life. That's the wildebeest. No matter how difficult it may be, don't lose hope. Maintain faith and carry your cross consciously. See, I feel like, too, carrying your cross consciously is being aware of when the wind is blowing in a direction. It ain't supporting my cross, my little flame that I got going here. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. That's kind of like the light on your cross there. Okay, should we get into... Oh, we didn't even talk about... Oh, yeah. I'm so curious about how you and Leo come across today. I need to put a little disclaimer at this point now. Because I am 100% sure that Leo reading is the masculine's perspective on the feminine. Oh, she's just wild and crazy. You don't know what the hell she's going to do. She's going out into storms. I got an umbrella right here. Why would she go to the... But, you know, it's funny because I told it through the truth mouth and eye of the masculine because I wasn't aware where this was going. So Spirit kept me in the dark, which I think is good. I didn't become biased. Now I'm like, this is hilarious. Okay, look at this. Surf it with the scarecrow. The scarecrow is about protecting things, like protecting, you know, what we have, our bounty, our harvest. Too much protection. Some of you could have been in a relationship here with somebody who was like too protective to the point where you felt maybe suffocated. I just thought that was such a fascinating underline with how this has been unfolding. I mean, the minute I pulled this card out in exactly the same position that Mrs. Smith was in with Leo, I thought, oh, what is this going to be about? It's like the feminine talking back and saying, excuse me, you're frustrated with me? I'm going to tell you right now. I'm frustrated with you. Surf it, scarecrow. That's just too much protection, too much bounty. But how do you get that, right? Growing pumpkins and stuff. We got the fence. We've tamed everything. It's too much taming. The feminine needs to be wild. Right, ladies? Okay. She who remains, powerful devotion, true worth. She's wild and free. Okay, the air. Wow, the world. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so situation. The wind has stopped blowing. The winds have stopped blowing. There's no longer any need to be resistant. Well, who's resistant, I'm wondering? Who was resistant? Resistant to the air. Don't need to resist. Oh. Okay. It feels like batten down the hatches, right? Like that whole, when there's a storm coming, get inside, everyone get inside, get inside. But I see like the feminine is coming across today like, oh, I'm going to put a parachute out and see where it takes me. Where can I go? I'm going to harness this energy. And the masculine is like, no, just get in here, come in here. So I'm feeling like the feminine has been on some type of a journey because now the air has stopped blowing. An elemental force is no longer at play. And maybe two different energies here have dealt with them in different ways. What's with the fearless, justified, resistant? Don't even. Just like, don't even. I'll cut a bitch. My cut a bitch card. Cut a bitch used to come out a lot with Pisces. You wouldn't think it, but it did. It did for a while. They were my cut a bitch group. I'll cut a bitch. And then they all come out and said, yeah, we would, you know. Pisces so soft and sweet. Oh, jeez, look at this. Somebody's had a real strong guard up here. But that's okay, that's over. Somebody's not guarded anymore. It appears to be over with the World card. Tell me, I guess, more about the World. What has ended here? The Seven of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords. And the Nine of Swords. Trying to understand the truth. Maybe trying to spin the truth to suit oneself. Who that is, I don't know. I know maybe it doesn't seem like it, but I'm trying not to take sides here. So, something about trying and having difficulty with the truth. Having difficulty with the truth. Okay, you're the cross. Maybe you are cross. Oh, that's a Nine of Cups. You're happy. You're like, woohoo! Good things, celebration, dreams, wishes. Three of Wands, Ace of Coins, and the King of Swords. Oh, I don't know. I feel like whatever change has gone on here, it's for the better. It's good. I do feel like, though, that there's you and someone else has a very different mindset. A very different way of seeing and thinking and rationalizing things. Which, you know, I am going to say, based on how both of these energies have come through today, I can see both sides. Even if I see myself a little bit more in one of them, and I'm not going to say which one, see which one, but I can see both sides here in this. Okay, and I feel like there's some type of wish fulfillment. Like it's almost like whatever changes you've been involved in, you've been making, even if these are just internal, they're all for a good reason. So, Mr. Smith, that's the frustration. He's like always calm. That can drive you crazy. Since you get like upset about anything. Although I think that is something about like men. I think men learn at an early age to control their things that trigger them, right? Because when a man gets angry and becomes physically obvious about it, it can be really scary. So that's I'm just, I'm trying not to take sides here. Oh, the Five of Coins. Frustrated with him. Maybe somebody looking for a handout, but why? Sitting still. Let me see this Five of Coins. The Chariot. The Two of Coins. The Four of Cups. Okay, I'm going to say right now, I'm actually getting in my mind's eye here from the Wild Unknown Archetype deck, the Father card. It came at me as soon as I saw the Chariot and the Two of Pentacles. They are both present and absent. That is the duality of the masculine, like the father archetype. Whereas the mother archetype is also dualistic in that she is both releasing and pulling back in towards her. So I don't, I'm kind of wondering here if there's something that's gone on here where somebody has taken some type of position and they're not moving. I'm going to be honest. I feel like if I look at this with the Leo reading, because it really is like he said, she said between your two readings. And I'm going to be honest, you don't even have to have a Leo placement or be dealing with someone with a Leo placement. Maybe they have a placement that you're not aware of or something to do with the the 5th house or something like that. I don't know. But it's definitely playing back and forth. And it's there, as I said, I feel like there's two people that have very different viewpoints in how to deal with and get through things. And I'm going to be honest, I don't feel like neither one is wrong. I feel like both are likely appropriate for each individual here, masculine and feminine. And it is like the masculine is like, well, I'm going to seek shelter, and I'm going to go over here. And, it's probably a good idea you do that too. Feminine's like, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to spend like all this time just like being sheltered under there, because, right, this surfeit scarecrow, that is too much. Too much protection. Or somebody has just too much bounty. That's also interesting because we have self-worth here. It's weird. Okay, these two look like they're looking at each other. It's like he's waving to her. Hey, look at, I got all these pumpkins. She's like, good for you. No, you can't buy me with pumpkins. I can't be bought, actually. It's like her energy. He has too many pumpkins to offer, and it's almost like that should be enough. And she's like, no, I know my value. I can't be measured with a pumpkin or anything transactional. Sorry. But so I feel like that this masculine energy, this Mr. Smith, I don't think you're in contact with Mr. Smith. With this 5 of Pentacles and a Chariot, somebody's gone in a different direction. There's distance here between you and this person. I want to say too, like this as part of the frustration, particularly connected with these underlying cards. It's like, did he not see the higher cup? Does he not get it? I'm trying not to be biased here. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's not his higher cup. I have no idea. Okay, so resentment. This is your piece. Resentment. Who's resentful? I'm guessing it's Mr. Or like, how would it be? Because you look happy. You have the 9 of Cups. He has the 5 of Pentacles. Like in both cases here, I feel like he would say, yeah, I have the 5 of Pentacles because of what you did or how you're behaving or whatever. And then you would say, well, you have the 5 of Pentacles because of the way you're doing. It's a totally he said, she said reading. It's been a while since I had one of those, and here we are. So resentment. The King of Coins. What did we just talk about over here? Who are y'all dealing with? Were you married to like somebody rich? What is this? Were you dating somebody rich? And like, hey, look at all the pumpkins. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you and all your pumpkins. I think that's the masculine is resentful. I don't know how that, I guess if that brings you peace, take it with you. To know that. What's the surprise, discovery, revelation? I'm just going to throw it out there before I pull a card. I kind of want to say maybe it's that, like, money can't buy love, money can't buy, I don't know, Virgo. Money can't buy Virgo. Oh, look at this. Look at this. The Page of Wands, like, so sneaky to me. I don't know, some type of communication, some type of conversation. Resenting the King of Coins. You resent them, or you take happiness in knowing they're resentful. This is one of those readings. I always ask for the highest good of all in divine energy before I do these. Divinity can be sassy as shit. Okay, the 5 of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Star. Like, oh my God, Virgo, this is so weird. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this is somebody who really wants you but can't have you. Is this someone who even perhaps like chooses their wealth and pumpkins over, I don't know, you? And they can, I'm going to tell you right now, if that has gone on here for you, this person, he is resentful because he can't stop desiring. It's almost like he sees something here that tain't never seen before, or it's just like, I don't know, and in whatever way you shine or do you, which is connected to, I want to say, your karma, dharma, duty, kind of that moving feminine energy. There's a lot of desire here. There could even be people that desire you. Now, I'm also going to throw this in where there could be a wealth change for some of you. Because, right, Mr. Smith is coming up with the 5 of coins. And the piece here is resentment, the King of coins. And you could be, I don't know, you could be getting some, like, attention, or other people could be giving you attention. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe some of you have an OnlyFans. I'm not judging. Hey, whatever way you got to make a buck, baby. And whoever wants to throw money at you, I guess that's their thing. It's always funny, isn't it? It is funny how masculine energies will get mad at women for making money. It's like, why don't they get mad at the men sending them money? I don't understand that one. And I think it is because desire is something they have problems with. I'm gonna give it to me in the comments, men. I know you're in. Give it to me. I'll take it. I know I'm being sassy with you. Okay, the High Priestess, the 10 of Wands, the Devil, and the Hanged Man. I'm not gonna lie. This is almost like somebody realizing that they were toxic. It's like the burden of knowledge. Shit, this is quite the reading. Like the reading. I'm going to go to the extended. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do what I did in Leo's. I am going to ask, what is the hidden lesson for you, Virgo? But I'm also going to ask, what is the hidden lesson for Mr. Smith in this reading? And that came out quite interesting for Leo. So, thank you so much, everybody. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.